Hey guys, Zach here, coming at you with another video. So today's video, I'm going to be talking about Luigi's Mansion 4. Now obviously this isn't talking about my project, this is talking about if I think Next Level Games should develop the franchise. So a little quick update before we get started with today's video. Obviously I'm kind of quarantined at home now, so it's more important than ever that you guys watch my videos and all that, because I really need as much support as I can get during this time, so make sure to watch my videos. Definitely check out last Friday's video. That video is definitely underrated, the Battle for Bikini Bottom video. Check that video out. But other than that, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, you know, as you guys always do. Make sure to hit the notification bell to keep you guys notified when I upload. And make sure to check out the merch store. Again, any support can help the channel keep going and all that kind of stuff. So, let's get into today's video.
ZakPak, he's always there for you. ZakPak, only on YouTube. ZakPak, what will he do next? ZakPak, let's find out, 'cause it's on with the show.
So, the main question of the day is, should Next Level Games develop Luigi's Mansion 4? I'm going to provide two answers to this, two answers to this question. One's going to be yes, and one's going to be no. And I'm going to basically say why I think they should develop Luigi's Mansion 4 and why they shouldn't develop Luigi's Mansion 4. Kind of providing a both sides kind of thing, because I know a lot of you guys will have opinions about it, because I personally don't want Next Level Games to develop Luigi's Mansion 4, but I know if I only say that, you guys will yell at me, so I gotta make sure to show the other side as well. So, I'm going to start off with the yes and why they should develop Luigi's Mansion 4. They have shown that they do listen to the fans. At the Treehouse event, that E3 Treehouse last year, they said that they were listening to the fans' feedback and, you know, obviously got rid of the mission structure, and they got rid, or they brought back the human ghosts. And I really think that that's a very key, important part of developing sequels to games, is listening to the fans and listening to what people have to say. Because obviously, if you want people to enjoy your sequel, you gotta listen to the criticisms. You gotta figure out what people did and didn't like from what you did the first time. And it's just very important. I'm glad Next Level Games are at least able to acknowledge that they can listen to the fans and fan support and all that kind of stuff. So that's definitely a reason I think that they can, you know, do that. And also the fact that they definitely improved from Dark Moon to 3. I do rip on 3 quite a bit, because it's definitely not a game that I personally enjoy that much. But it's still a good game. It's still a good Luigi's Mansion game. But, you know, there's just a lot of things that bug me, but you guys already know about all those. So it's really hard, because they definitely did make a lot of improvements to Luigi's Mansion 3 over 2. Like I said, they got rid of the mission structure. They brought back the human ghosts and all that. And I think that it's fair to say that Next Level Games really did try with Luigi's Mansion 3. I mean, obviously the animation style, you know, is great and all that. So I really think that if they, you know, put their mind to it, they can really make a truly great Luigi's Mansion game that everyone will love. But I think Luigi's Mansion 3 did split a lot of people down the middle. Just as many people that liked Luigi's Mansion 3 didn't like Luigi's Mansion 3 style. Like, it's very different in tone from the first game. So, yeah, so I think that's the main thing I wanted to cover as to why Next Level Games should develop a Luigi's Mansion 4. But let's go now into why I don't think they should develop a Luigi's Mansion 4. Let me start this off by saying people say that they aren't opposed to change in games. Well, I am. I am very opposed to change in games. What I'm not opposed to is evolution in games. There's a complete difference between change and evolution. Evolution is taking what, like, in the context of games, evolution is taking what the main game did and evolving it. Not changing anything, but expanding upon the bases it already set. Changing is just changing. It's just like completely swapping around things. And that's what I feel Next Level Games has done to Luigi's Mansion. They've changed it, not evolved it. They changed the cartoon, or they changed the atmosphere type of the game. They made it more lighthearted. They made it more bubbly and not as spooky. They changed the ghosts to make them more silly and goofy and obviously not as many. They changed the human ghosts to make them have less of a personality, no dialogue, no backstories. They changed a lot of things. The things that they did evolve, though, they definitely evolved the aspect of the poltergust, giving it more functions, like the burst, like the dark light, all that. That kind of stuff is evolving the series, because obviously you're adding more to something that's already there. But with the actual game, in terms of the structure, in terms of the mood and atmosphere, in terms of everything else, that to me is change. And Luigi's Mansion didn't need to be changed. If it did, it probably wouldn't have gotten a sequel in the first place. They really needed to evolve what the first game did. And that's not what they did with Dark Moon, and I don't think they've done that with 3. So if they did make a 4th game, I don't think they would do it like, it'd be very similar to 3. I mean, unless they really took in criticisms about the elevator being a divider, the lack of common ghosts, like that kind of stuff, but I don't know, like, what would they do? Like, Luigi's Mansion 3 is very successful, obviously. Sold 5 million copies in like 2 months. Very successful game. But lots of people have lots of complaints about it. Like, I'm sorry, you can't defend how many common ghosts there are in the game. You can't defend that there are really only 4 main common ghosts that you fight in like a 12-hour long experience. Like, having just 4 enemies throughout the game is just, it's just ridiculous in my opinion. So I think if they were going to hand it off to someone else, I personally, part of me says Grezzo, because Grezzo have made a Luigi's Mansion game before. They know how it goes, and, you know, they know what makes a Luigi's Mansion game a Luigi's Mansion game, and they added so many amazing features to Luigi's Mansion 1, making it way better, basically, in every aspect than the original game on the GameCube. So Grezzo is a pretty solid choice, but I feel like Grezzo couldn't do it alone. They'd have to collaborate with someone. So, I mean, you can have Grezzo collaborate with freaking Next Level Games. Next Level Games, the one thing they did do really well with Luigi's Mansion 3 are the animations and the cutscenes. They look absolutely beautiful in Luigi's Mansion 3. Like, it's great. But here's the thing. So many people praise Luigi's Mansion 3 because of the cutscenes, and it's like, well, those are the cutscenes. What about the game? Like, I want good cutscenes, but I want a game I enjoy too. And that's where I think Grezzo can come in. They know the structure of the original game because they've made it. And I feel like having a more open structure, because I don't think Luigi's Mansion 3 has much of an open structure. Like I said, it's very linear. You take the elevator, you go out, you go back to the elevator. It's I don't know, it's very elevator-centric. So, I don't know. I don't think the Next Level Game should develop Luigi's Mansion 4. I think that someone else should get a chance. Grezzo is a decent contender. But I don't know. I really don't know. It's hard to say, because handing off franchises to other companies to do has never really proven to be a great, bold strategy. Look at Mario Party and look at how that's gone. Even things like a Star Fox, when they handed it off to Rare and they made Star Fox Adventures and Assault, those games did not get received that well. So it's really tricky handing games off to other developers. But at the end of the day, it's something that could be useful if you really want to revive a series. But that's the trouble. Luigi's Mansion 3, or Luigi's Mansion as a series, doesn't need to be revived. It's not a dead series. I can see it easily right now being on the top 10 best-selling games on Nintendo Switch right now. I could definitely see that, because I think it's already there. In 2 months, it made it to the top 10 list. Like, that game sold amazingly because of its appeal to people. And that's another thing. If Next Level Games are going to listen a lot to people, are they going to listen more to the people who've played it only for the first time, with Luigi's Mansion 3? Because if people people who played Luigi's Mansion 3 for the first time and didn't have the attachment to Luigi's Mansion 1 or Luigi's Mansion 2, they don't have the perspective that older fans have. So if Next Level Games are listening to them, and how they're saying, oh, we think this game is perfect, then what do Next Level Games need to change if they're listening to the new fans? Because this game has already sold more than both Luigi's Mansions 1 and 2. So it's highly possible that a lot of these people who bought Luigi's Mansion 3 are first-time players. So they don't notice the fact that there aren't a lot of common ghosts like there were in the past games. The human ghost didn't have as much, build-up or personality as it did in the first game. It's completely different. It's a completely different perspective. And that's the trouble with Next Level Games, is that with Luigi's Mansions 1 and 2, they created 2 different fan bases by changing Luigi's Mansion. They didn't evolve it, they changed it. And that created two different fan bases so that when a third game came around, they had to do some compensating and try to make some of the older fans happy by bringing back the human ghost, taking out the mission structure. But taking out the mission structure was kind of a gimme because no one really liked it. And the human ghosts, in my opinion, were almost half-assed. They didn't have dialogue, no backstory, they kind of just grunted. They were held to the end of the floor as just big bosses. They didn't really do much interesting with them. So, I don't know. To me, I think that they should give it to another developer. But I know that they're not going to. Which is why when I released my Luigi's Mansion 4 video, I want it to get a good reach. I want it to reach a lot of people so that Next Level Games can see what, at least in my opinion, more people who are fans of the original game want. But also something that fans of Dark Moon can appreciate. Because it's hard when you have a segmented fan base, because of, like I said, how different the Luigi Mansions 1 and 2 are. It makes it harder to make a game that pleases everyone. You know? Like, I don't know. It's just hard, but what do you guys think? Let me know down in the comments down below. Make sure to check out my second channel. I've been uploading, well, I uploaded a video on there. So make sure to check out that channel as well. Like, comment, subscribe, click the little bell, merch store, all that good stuff. You know how it goes. Yeah. So, until next time, guys, I'll see you in the next video.